Hey, back again. Happy Friday. I'm impassioned. I'm impassioned today. What can I say? I recently, very recently, had a conversation. I spoke to someone who had expressed interest in working with my company, the Resident Pixel Company, to bang out a website. And before I even got on the call, they wanted me to sign an NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. So, must be pretty deep stuff. And bef- sure, it makes sense for some companies, for some businesses, but it's super rare in my line of work because it's largely for humongous corporations, which are, massive number of lawyers. The formality, I get it. It's part of the deal. Or medical tech. Sometimes medical tech can send an NDA early in the process. And here's the thing: we got on the call, and it turns out this person wanted to start a newsletter, which is a great idea. Just a newsletter, and it's industry specific, yes, but not something that needs any real secrecy. Um, there are already other newsletters and a couple of magazines in this hyper niche market, so it I'm helpful. We helped. Everything is great and fine, but it reminded me of something Seth Godin said in the Startup School podcast, which I mentioned a week or two ago on this show. And basically, what he said was a lot of people spend their time trying to get their ducks in a row, completely overlooking the fact that they have a duck. He continues, hopefully I'm not butchering this too bad, that entrepreneurship is not about waiting. It's not about certification or a green light. If you want to be a neurosurgeon, sure. You spend 15 years lining up ducks and boom, you're a surgeon. But entrepreneurship, you're in the game from the moment you just get started. So the real art is just doing something with the duck that you have. And like I said, that's Seth Godin. I didn't invent that metaphor. Go buy his books. They're all amazing. So my take is this. If you're a writer or a designer or whatever, and you want to publish something like this newsletter, just create it, write it, publish it. You don't need a website, which is probably sounds super strange coming from me because my company makes websites. You don't need a logo. You don't need branding or brand guidelines or anything like that. That's all helpful, but it's all a marketing facade until you've put in real value and put it out in the world, right? Until you've launched something and someone somewhere in the world finds it valuable and is extracting that value. So the idea is you collect all your ducks along the way, right? So for now, I want to remind you, or maybe I'm just reminding myself, start with the duck you've got. I'll say it again. Again, ideas are worthless. Worthless. If you haven't executed on it, it's not an idea. It's just a thought. So execution is everything. Everyone has ideas. But what separates creators from wishers is shipping. That's it. Not preparing the ship, not researching shipping, not researching what they want to put out, not branding the packaging, not having a logo designed. Just ship, make the thing, put it in the world. A small thing for a very specific, individual or group of individuals. That tribe, like, just put it out there and refine as you go. That's what it looks like when you are actually putting your ducks in a row. So if you want to get your ducks in a row and you've got one duck and you want to get started, look, I bang out websites all the time. But the idea is to ship something, test, learn, repeat, and then when the ducks fall in line behind you, you can refine as you go and continue building something meaningful that will contribute to your life, contribute to the business. And that's what we're doing here. So part of this is a reminder to me, because I can at times procrastinate or hem and haw over a decision. I was just in here last week hemming and hawing about whether or not I want to keep Trello in my current workflow, and the workflow for the company, which has ramifications. There are team members, there are clients, a lot of clients in there. That's not an easy lift. And I'm dragging my feet, if I'm being honest. So part of this is for me, maybe not spend so much time getting the ducks in a row, pull the Band-Aid off. That's a bad analogy. But yeah, definitely. I'm in the middle of that Startup School podcast. I have an annual reminder, and it's set for July 13th, I believe. And I saw it coming up the other day and thought, oh man, I'm so excited to listen to this thing again. I listened to it. It's not particularly long. All in, it's only a few hours long. And which for, 15 episode podcast, that's from 2012, I think. And just packed with bangers, just nonstop advice that makes you go, oh, I need to write that down or remember that turn of phrase. It's genius. But I didn't wait. I got started on it already. I haven't checked the box in my reminders app, but I'm already I'm halfway into it and really enjoying it. And it reminds me, not just this duck metaphor that is a reminder to not procrastinate and just put something out, get it there, and then refine. It reminds me of what my intention was when I got things started with the company. Like, not like all Simon Sinek, like know your why, but definitely something that resonates or reminds me of what my initial intention was from designing my life, designing a business that will support that, and how to separate myself and how to, because I don't know if this is real, but that I'm a natural born entrepreneur. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I don't know. Maybe that's not even a real thing. But I got a late start. I didn't start this business until I was almost 50. So as a late career starter, I think I didn't get the at-bats and the reps. I didn't have the good fortune of being able to fail at age 25 and figure it out and do it again. Like, there's no margin for error for me. Right? The odds of some agency bringing me back to be a creative director at my age, it's slim. And it's not just age specific. Once you've been an entrepreneur, or even once you've been freelancing, we'll say for a while, a couple years, you're a third rail with HR at a big company. They think, oh, you got the entrepreneurship bug. You're not going to want to stay at the company, or you're not going to be all in or bought in or whatever crappy buzzwords they use to illustrate the fact that what they really want is someone who's, going to come in affordably and work really hard and not be distracted by a side hustle or dreams of entrepreneurship grandeur. So the show reminds me of when I first started that transition So highly recommend it. The videos are here. Excuse me. The videos are here in YouTube. You can find them. Just search Seth Godin Startup School, and if the first episode doesn't blow you away, I mean, should come on a money back guarantee. There's no way it won't. So just, it's non-stop profound bangers. Here's an example. Agencies, service providers, and consultants are all freelancers. They're just selling time, even if they're selling a bunch of time at scale. They're not building a business that can run without them. Whereas an entrepreneur is running a business that can run without them, right? The founder of Nike, the founder of Campbell's Soup, they're not sitting around making the product anymore. That's where, and then from there, he just goes off. So it's brilliant. I absolutely love it. Have I said that? I think I've mentioned that already. Anyway, I'm belaboring the point. I don't really have a thumbnail moment. I was going to point up at a duck or something like up here. So whatever. Listen, have a great weekend. I'll be back here Monday, 11 a.m. Like, subscribe, leave a comment if you've liked the show, if you hated the show, if you think I'm nuts, if you would prefer to sit around and procrastinate and get your ducks in a row before putting something out in the market, or if you think I'm crazy for thinking you don't really need a brand. That's fair argument. Let's chat about it. Let's rap on it. So anyway, I'll talk to you later. I think you are awesome. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you. And I will see you Monday, 11 a.m. Eastern, right back here in this live channel.